Hey guys, it's Chuck at Timberbend Farm. Today we're sitting here with a couple real nice rosemary bushes, and we're going to be talking about propagating rosemary cuttings. We're going to show you a couple different ways that can be done, and I've got some things set up here. Rosemary is a perennial herb plant. We use a lot in the kitchen for cooking and different things, but it also is a shrub that can be grown outside or can be grown in containers. One thing you need to consider with your rosemary is you need to keep it in some well-drained soil. It really likes to stay just moist. It can even tolerate being dried completely out at times. But it's a very versatile plant that you can use all season long. So to get started, you can just take a standard pair of scissors, and if you got a rosemary bush like this, it's got some really nice stems. You want to cut off about maybe 6 or 8 inches or so. Leave yourself a stem just like this. These bottom leaves, you want to just take your fingers and strip those off. And that's going to leave all these nodes here where roots can potentially grow. And just as easy as this, take you a pot. I have here a pot that has some soil mixture, potting soil mixture in it. We've actually screened this soil mixture down to a 1/4 inch to get some of the bigger sticks and stems and things out of it. But rosemary is a pretty stiff stem, so you can just take that and poke that right into the soil all the way down and press it down just a little bit. And there you go. You've got a nice cutting that's propagated and ready to go. Hopefully in about 4 to 6 weeks that'll put out roots and it'll start to grow on its own. We're going to do that a couple more times here just to fill this pot up. And I've got some of these smaller pots that we have that we're going to try. And these are really nice for getting plants started. You can pick these up at just about any garden center around. They're fairly inexpensive. So we'll just keep cutting branches off of these rosemary bushes that we have here, stripping the leaves off at the bottom. Like I said, just 2 or 3 inches off the bottom, whatever you need to get put in your soil all the way down to the leaves that are remaining. Oh, and there I broke that one. So we're gonna need to start over. We're gonna give that guy maybe another haircut. We'll cut him a little shorter, put him over here in one of these other pots that we have. Some of these stems are quite woody. It takes a really good pair of scissors to cut those off. We're going to strip those leaves off down to the bottom and put those in our soil right there. One more little shorter one for the smaller pot. We'll give those a good drink of water, get those set in a pan. And in 4 to 6 weeks, we should be able to either repot these in something a little larger, or we can just let them continue to grow in the pots they're in for now. So now we're going to talk about a second way that you can propagate rosemary cuttings. I'm going to set these off to the side. The second way involves just a clear jar and some water. So this jar we've rinsed out, and I've got it filled with water that we've had setting as tap water. We've had it setting for 24 hours to let the chlorine evaporate out of it, because chlorine's not good for your plants. So what we'll do is a similar situation. We're going to cut the rosemary stems, the depth of the water, and we're going to stick those down in the water just like that. There's a second method for this that we're going to try. I've seen a couple of different people use this method, where you actually strip the bark off of the outside of the rosemary stem. And I've never done it this way, but we're going to give it a try. If you open up the side of the stem, that it gives the roots a little better place to take hold. So we're going to put both styles of this in this jar and see which one actually roots a little better. So just take a real sharp knife and just strip the bark off, just enough to open that stem up. And you can take it, put it right down in the water with your other stem. I'm going to take one more from this plant just to even the plant up a little bit. Propagating any plant in water typically is a little slower than propagating in soil, but it also gives you a good opportunity if you're a teacher or a homeschooler that you can show your kids how the roots form. It's a good visual. We'll come back in 3 or 4 weeks and check this. We'll do a review video and show you how these have rooted and give you an update on which one of these two rooted the best. So now you're left with some really nice rosemary leaves. You can take these into the kitchen and use these in many recipes. A lot of Mediterranean dishes use rosemary for seasoning and flavoring, but this is a great herb to use in many dishes in your kitchen. So don't let these go to waste. Hey guys, our goal this year is to reach 1,000 subscribers. So if you would, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and you'll receive notifications every time we put out a new video. Also, you can look us up on Facebook and Instagram. We'll be posting stuff there too.